Joe, President Trump's interest in Greenland seems to continue. Upcoming visits now from the Second Lady, also the National Security Advisor, Michael. What's going on there?
Well, this is going to be a story that I think is going to be with us all week long, because the Second Lady of the United States isn't going there until later in the week. But, you know, this is something that the President of the United States continues to talk about. He said in recent days that he's going to find a way to get access to Greenland one way or another, was a phrase he used on social media in recent days. Second Lady Usha Vance, not known necessarily for diving deep into political controversies, but she's diving deep into one by traveling to Greenland later this week. Again, officially, this is a cultural visit. Good to see a dog sled race in Greenland, tour parts of the country with her family. But the Second Lady of the United States could have gone to any corner of the world for a cultural visit, and she chose Greenland. This comes as Greenland's officials say they don't have any interest in becoming a part of the United States or becoming territory of the United States. In fact, the Prime Minister of Greenland saying in recent hours, upon news of this visit breaking out, that described this move by the United States and this visit as being, quote, aggressive. Greenland is a Danish territory, important to remember that, and officials in Denmark have said that they have no interest in swapping or trading or selling Greenland to the United States. Although tensions seem to be escalating on this. Over the weekend, Vice President Vance was asked about was asked about Denmark, and at one point said Denmark hadn't really been a good ally, which was an escalation of rhetoric a little bit on this front. Additionally, accompanying the Second Lady of the United States to Greenland later this week will be the National Security Advisor of the United States, Mike Walls, and that has raised the alarm even further. Again, Greenland officials saying, what's the purpose of the National Security Advisor being in Greenland, other than just try to intimidate the people of Greenland? So this storyline is not going away. Interesting political dynamics, interesting desire by the Trump administration. It just shows you, Patrick, I think, they're not giving up on Greenland just yet.
Well, I was going to ask you, Joe, how much do you think this is about really Trump trying to acquire Greenland versus, say, applying pressure on Denmark and Greenland, maybe to work out some sort of deal where the U.S. would have more access to its natural resources?
It very well could. But there's other national security concerns in play. And remember, President Trump isn't the first president to talk about acquiring Greenland. I mean, President Truman was confronted with this question back in the day. It's geographical location, it's access to resources. There's a desire that perhaps in future generations, the need for space. Greenland presents an opportunity to build space forces. So President Trump's desire obviously not going away, even though Greenland's leaders have made clear they have no interest in joining the United States. I wonder, though, how long-term of a play this is, because let's face it, President Trump's he's only got 3.5 years left in office, right? Vice President Vance is viewed as many as the heir apparent to the MAGA movement. Maybe this is a longer-term play. Maybe they're thinking this can't be done in 4 years. Maybe this is a 6-year, 7-year deal. And if Trump could have it his way, maybe MAGA have it their way. Maybe Vice President Vance is President Vance by then, and that's why you're sending the Second Lady, who potentially could be First Lady by then. Again, perhaps some long-term thinking here by President Trump's political orbit. But again, this controversy over Greenland, we'll be talking about it later this week. It's only going to intensify from here.
Well, that's interesting to point out. Maybe this is a long-term play. We'll have to see. Scripps News Deputy Political Director Joe St. George for us live on the Hill. Joe, thanks so much.